Good afternoon, good evening. I'm losing track of time today. Been one of those long days for me, and know we're supposed to come on at 6 o'clock, but had some.
Mhm.
I got something real special for you guys today. Matter of fact, it's my niece. Her name is Sarah Turner. She is when I say very, very talented, she will be in that. You will be considered a millennial for your age, right?
Yep, I'm the last year, 1996.
Last of the Mohicans. She's a millennial, very talented. She grew up in Westwood, so
I
another
did.
Westwood product, and
Hey.
relocated to Little Rock with her beautiful mom and other family members. But I think it's imperative, like I said, we bridge the gap because in order to get to the rest of the youth, we got to start with you guys. We got to get through them because they think we too old to show them anything or tell them anything. So if they see this more of this, they'll be more inspired to want to do better and to you can live your dreams. I
Mhm.
had a dream. You had a dream, and guess what you do? You put God first. Guess what? Your dream came true. Correct?
Absolutely.
So without further ado, Sarah, I want to let you know as your uncle, I'm proud of you. You have really done some amazing things as far as your creativity, your faith in God, you know, the whole nine. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you. I'm gonna introduce you to all my friends that took time today, and I appreciate it, guys. Took time today to get on Business Talk with Cedric Turner. So you can share your journey, inspiration, and a story to them. So Sarah, go ahead and tell them. First, start off with what you're doing now. Tell us what you're doing right now. Well, now let me backtrack. Let me go back further. Tell us what inspired you to get into doing what you're doing.
Okay, yes. Hi, everybody. Again, my name is Sarah Turner. So right now I'm a fashion designer. And what got me started in fashion design, I was actually around the age of 7. And my brother and we cut up my mom's purple pajamas, and we made these little bitty mini pillows with mini cotton balls and a needle and thread and made these pillows. And ever since then, I was like, wow, how are clothes made? How does that work? And so I just started sketching and just trying to figure it out. And since then, I was like, oh, mom, dad, I want to be a fashion designer. I'm gonna make clothes. And I got my first sewing machine when I was like 11, I believe. And I would just do small projects here and there. And I hadn't fully, learned how to like make clothes from patterns. Still to this day, I can't stand store-bought patterns. I make them from scratch myself. It wasn't until once I graduated, me and my brother, we were homeschooled. Once we graduated homeschooled, I attended the Arkansas Fashion School. And when I started going there, it was such a great experience. And especially during the beginning, because I didn't know to make a skirt and make a jacket and make pants. I was like, wow, this is an amazing process. And I knew from then. I feel like for me, um, personally, my purpose here, I feel like it's three main things. That is to love, to create, and to enjoy the time I've been given, and not to take that for granted. And when I end up through fashion school, I was in fashion shows, and at the same time, I was working at Joann Fabrics and Crafts in Little Rock. And I met so many designers, and I'm still friends with them to this day, 10 years later, actually. And so, since after graduating, though, I got burned out. I did get burned out. I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a little break from fashion for a minute, and then that break, the Most High has other plans. I had to take a break, and that break turned into 8 years, which was not the plan. But during that time, I have grown and evolved to who Sarah is right now. And literally this year, I just been God's been giving me visions. I just been like receiving so much and inspiration I've been having. And it was due to a couple of my designer friends reached out to me, about three of them at three different times, asking for my help in helping them with their designs. And once I started working with them, it just sparked me. I'm like, Sarah, you're supposed to be doing this. You're supposed to be doing this, but it's all about divine timing and not forcing things and allowing things to go the way they're supposed to go. And since then, so now this year, currently right now, I'm working on my fall 2024 collection. I'll be showcasing that in Conway, Arkansas, which is 30 minutes from Little Rock. So it will be at Conway Fashion Week. So shout out to my great friend Rachel Lovelace, who is the creator of Conway Fashion Week, for giving me this opportunity to basically make my return, my velvet return, because my collection is all velvet. And so that's where I am now. And including that, um, I started a YouTube channel. So during this time, I really want to showcase, not only showcase my gift, but to teach it and find ways to teach it to others. Of course, I want to do that in person at some point as well, but I would have never thought I would be on YouTube, but I just said, why not? And I grabbed my iPhone and just started making some YouTube tutorials and also showing the designs I'm making right now. I'm showcasing, I'm recording all of my collection, the things I'm doing right now behind the scenes, so I can post that later. But I ended up just starting my YouTube channel. It's called Sorifically. Sarah is my YouTube channel, so please check it out for anybody that's interested in that. And a funny little story, I want to give like a little small testimony about something. So with my YouTube channel, I joined this program called Think Media, this company that's on YouTube. And during this process, I joined their challenge, 1000K challenge. And at the end of the challenge, the biggest prize you can win is a free YouTube studio kit. The camera, the lighting, the mic, like everything you started for your YouTube channel. And this is a couple $1,000s worth of equipment. So I already had a list of what kind of equipment I wanted, specifically the type of camera I wanted, which was a Sony camera. So I had already wrote it down, but I was okay with waiting. And so I was at work listening to the last day of the program I was in, and they're about to announce the winner of the free YouTube studio kit. And I entered like 60 times in it, and it was about 35,000 entries from people. And I was at work typing, and I hear it in my earphones, and they're like, the winner of the YouTube studio kit is Sarah Turner. And I was at work just flipping out. My coworkers will attest. I was like, oh, and I was tearing up, and I had called my mom. And it just, to me, it just goes to show that, you never know how God is going to provide for you. We think it has to look a certain way. We got to receive it this way. We have to work so super hard, when really it's all about timing and listening and being patient to receive, and knowing it can come in any way. You never know how it's going to come to you. And sometimes we get stuck on, needing all the money and needing all these things to get where we're trying to go, when it's really the Most High that we need to get us to where we're trying to go. And so I think, so that's literally been the highlight of my year, was that moment right there, because I was so emotional about it. So I got all the stuff, like the lighting. I got my lighting equipment, I got the camera, I got all the stuff. And to me, that was kind of a step of approval from the Most High, saying, all right, Sarah, hey, you said this is what you wanted to do. I gave everything for you. Now go for it. So that's what I'm doing right now. That's what I'm doing right now.
Sarah, that's incredible. I mean, you just said some important timing. It's in God's time. If people don't understand, you have your season.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be willing to be ready to receive it, because sometimes you pray for a lot of things, you want it then, now. But it don't work like that, because when you hurry up and get it, it's not good for you. You're not ready to receive it.
Mm-hmm.
But when God gave you the signs, see, He gave you the signs. He showed you, here's where He wants you to go. Here's how the steps. He ordered all your steps. You just
Absolutely.
highlighted for yourself. He highlighted your steps. You went for it, and guess what? You won that kit for your social media or whatever you're doing for that podcast. And look where you are today. And the vision and dreaming it's okay to dream. It's okay to dream, guys. I'm telling you, it's okay to dream. You are a testimony for it. Because when you dreams does they come true. You just gotta have your faith, put God in your plan, and I promise you, He won't fail you. He will not fail you. You just gotta be ready to receive your blessing.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go back. So you are showcasing your new collection at Conway's. Tell us again, where is that? Conway, Arkansas?
Yeah, it's called Conway Fashion Week 2024. It's on Eventbrite. Tickets are just $25, $20 right now, pre-sale on Eventbrite. For my friend Rachel, she actually, I would like to do something similar to what she's doing. She actually has an academy she runs, teaching young girls how to sew from ages 7 through 15. Which, I think that's quite amazing. So to just be, having the connections of being around that has really inspired me just to know where my path is going as it's, etching itself out in my journey.
So now you got a YouTube channel, right? And I know your
Yeah.
YouTube channel is a tutorial for anybody want to learn.
Yeah.
Let's try to let me ask you something. Is there any kind of way we could figure out how to get the youth involved? I mean, because that's something, I mean, that's a special talent that God gave you. And some people
Hmm.
have that talent, don't even know,
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
So I think it's important. That's a way you can reach out to the youth to try to
Hmm.
get them engaged. Because Sarah, I'm telling you something right now. If they always see the glitz and glamour of things. They see these rappers, they think they can play basketball, football, but it don't
Hmm.
work like that. You got to find a specific trade. And if you're willing to show these youth, man, that would be a blessing in this. That would be a blessing. And that's what my goal is. Like I said, is to bridge the gap between millennials and the rest of the youth so they can
Hmm.
see you guys. They can see, I just had Alex on, I had Breeze on.
Yeah,
I mean, they are really doing some things that God blessed them with, right? And they're
absolutely.
willing to share, like you willing to share that with others. And that's the key because I'm gonna tell you something, Sarah. A lot of us when we get started, we forget where we come from. We forget where we come from, and it saddens my heart because I know some people right now that has gotten to. They started in Westwood, they started in Whitehaven, but they forgot where they come from. They go off into La La Land. Guess what? I got mine. It's time for you to get yours. But you know what? You won't get blessed like that. God not gonna continue to bless you because you're not willing to share your blessings.
Right.
So that's important to me, and another reason why I started this podcast because guess what? I want people to understand that it's okay to fail, but it's okay when God blesses you to continue to share your blessings with others. That's an important part of just life of what God has planted for you. Planting the seeds, just like you planting the seeds, Sarah. So
Yes,
I'm
absolutely.
proud of you. I'm so proud of you, and I'm going to continue to highlight you millennials and the ones that's really doing well. So sh- let me ask you this: as far as youth, what can you do with your talent and gift to extend that olive garden, I mean that olive branch to the youth? What can you do?
No, that's a great question. When it comes to the youth and just in general, because I watched your interview with Alex, because you said education is key and foundation, but I also think exposure, because kids don't know what they don't know, and when you're limited, you think it's basketball player, rapper, doctor, lawyer, when there is an infinite amount of jobs and talents out here that can be used, and to be cultivated. And sewing is one of those things that not everybody knows how to do, like way back when, where everybody used to sew and make their clothes and make their children's clothing and things of that nature. I think for me, when it comes to the youth, that's something I definitely want to try to figure out. I know I would like to, even right now at some point, once I'm done with my collection and fashion week stuff, work with my friend Rachel with helping her volunteering to teach her classes, her students, because they're from 7 to 15 young kids learning how to sew, and partnering with her in that, and then figuring out my own curriculum and way I can teach and able to make the help that next generation, because they're one, sewing to me is a lost art. It's a dying art. Not everybody knows how to do. But it's just it's an amazing thing to create. If and all of us to me are creators. We all create in different ways, and so I would love to be able to find a way to teach, or even on some of my YouTube tutorials at some point, is to have tips and tricks when teaching kids how to sew. Having some kind of foundational sewing tips that are easier maybe to teach specifically, um, you know, uh, those who are able to, and I'm not sure what age, I guess maybe probably 7 and up, but learning the techniques on how to use a sewing machine, how to hand stitch, different things of that nature and element. And so I would love to, and I was talking to my friend Rachel about this not too long ago, just partnering with her in what she is doing as well. And so she was like, yeah, absolutely. So I would love to at some point hold my own classes and dedicate some tutorials that are very specific to teaching uh, kids and young adults how to sew, create, make their own clothes. When they in high school, they can make their own suits and prom dresses and show out and be innovative and sewing is a creative expression like any art. And so to really showcase your emotion and feeling through those means would be, something very special.
That's good. So growing up when you that is great. So growing up, as a when you was younger, I mean, I want you to tell about who your father is and your mother.
Yeah, yeah. My dad is Wendell Turner. I know he's watching. Hey, Dad. And my mom is Katrina Turner, and they raised my brother and I to be homeschooled. We were homeschooled all of our lives, and the biggest thing with that, my mom really wanted, and my dad as well, wanted to make sure that we were exposed to many different things. My mom wanted to make sure we have every opportunity, anything new we want to try, let's try it, let's see how it goes. Because again, we don't know what we don't know, and she didn't want us to be limited. They didn't want us to be limited and doing anything we want to do growing up and whatever we wanted to do. And my brother, he's a jack of all trades and just like my dad, 'cause my dad, if anybody knows, my dad is a jack of all trades. And so my brother, photography, cars, carpentry, just some of everything. And that's because we just been exposed to just different things that we're drawn to. Music. We were musicians growing up as well. And so it's just been a blessing to have the parents that we've had, and honestly, the family that we have, that I have on both sides, on my mom's side and my dad's side. Um, and I know not everybody has that, so I definitely don't take it for granted because what I have is really one of a kind. It's so special, and I really would pray and hope everybody has a family like I have because you guys are amazing. Like not one point in time where did I feel like I wasn't supported or that I wasn't loved. And so I'm very abundant in that, in love in my life. And so both my parents and my uncles and aunts and my cousins and my grandparents are all very special and amazing to me. And honestly, that has been the best part of my journey so far, is having the family that I've had to experience.
Awesome, Sarah. You're an awesome young lady, and God gonna continue to bless you. You just don't give up on your dreams because I know it can get kind of challenging and kind of. That's my
Absolutely.
next question. I know it's been some times that you probably want to give up and
Oh yeah.
just throwing the towel. You towel, and you said it earlier. And I think to the devil. I mean, I know the devil working mysterious ways, but you have to also understand that you got to keep your faith strong. You got
Absolutely.
to keep your faith. You got to move the spirit. This Holy Spirit will move you. The Holy Spirit will move you in such a way you will never imagine. He will move you in and out, upside down, and then the devil try to work on you at the same time. But you have to be smart enough to know that, hey, my steps been ordered. There's nothing you can do or say to deter me, devil. So tell us some challenging times that deterred you from wanting to just give up on your dreams.
Oh yeah. So when specifically when I right the summer, so I graduated fashion school August of 2016. And I had a huge fashion show in that May beforehand, and then I also have another fashion show in that September. So I was really busy. Well, we were graduating in August. In June, at the end of June, if I remember correctly, when I started school, I started with another person, Mr. Lonnie, and we were together for 2 years in school, every class together. And he died. He passed away. He transitioned on. The what 6 weeks before graduation, and while he was trying to finish his collection, and that was a very tough time with that, mixed with the pressures, and not even pressures anybody was putting on my on me, but the pressures I had on myself, trying to make sure everything was right and graduating, and the stresses in school at the end of that time. And literally once I was done, like the once I graduated and the last show I was in was in September, I was so burnt out and I couldn't even look at a machine. I didn't want to touch one. If somebody wanted to ask me to do something, it was an immediate no. I had like this fear. I had this really strong fear in me. And I, was trying to figure out exactly where that was stemming from. And that was holding me back. And that I was holding myself back from doing what I've been created to do. And so during that time, and again, it's all again about divine timing. I had to go through some growth and evolving myself mentally, physically, and spiritually during this 8-year gap. And yeah, 8 years is a long time, but honestly, it's been going by in a blink of an eye for me. And now I have finally God has put me through different situations and mental situations to overcome and realize this is small stuff that I've been given a precious opportunity and to live this life to the fullest. And I don't have to allow and what I define as failures or fear to stop me, because it's all about how you look at it and about perception. To others, that could be failure, but to me, that was learning. That was growth. That was a learning curve. And it was nothing for me to fail at. That was just something to help me grow as who I am right now. And that's what's really important, is how you frame things. Because things can be scary, but why is it scary for you? What are the whys? The self-awareness. And as old as right now, I'm 28. I'll be 29 in a couple of months. Just as I'm getting older here, I'm just realizing, just trying to be more self-aware of myself and my own, what I've limit myself of being and doing. And so during those challenging times, in those times I would find myself, of course, in prayer and in meditation. And and I talk to the Most High on the daily. I'd be like, look, so what does this look like? How can I do this? And what, how can I better myself? What does this mean? I like asking questions, and I like receiving answers too. So I'm open to all of that, and to also not I'm learning also not to judge the moment and judge um situations, because things could seem quote unquote bad, but you never know the puzzle pieces. We don't know the whole picture. We just see little small parts. But once the picture comes together, you're like, oh, that's why that had to happen. Oh, I need to go through that situation to learn that. I need to go through this to learn patience and to learn, however that is. So now that I go back, I'm like, okay, those parts were needed. And even though at the time it seemed tough, looking back at it, I'm like, that's what is needed, a part of this experience of life that we have to have. And so it's really about being steadfast, being patient, and having faith.
Amen. Amen, Sarah. You know what? It amazed me to talk to you millennials, because people probably won't believe me when I'm gonna say this, but a lot of us have been here before. We've been here before, but not in the same body.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And I think that a lot of us, gain certain knowledge and wisdom that you have, and vision that you have, you know, not to waver your faith. Years ago, your uncle faith wavered. I definitely wavered my faith, because the devil worked on me. But when you're young like this, you don't have anyone to talk to. See, that's the key. We don't want to talk about certain things. And when you don't, when you don't talk about it, it bottles up inside of you, and you don't know how to release it. When it finally release, it puts you to a place that you don't ever want to go to. So I think it's imperative that we come on, and just not with millennials, I'll come on to my show and share your experience, share your testimony, because that's what God got you here. He wants you to take you through trial and tribulation. He want to test your faith. He want to see how, see if your faith gonna waver. It's first in him and yourself. So don't you ever lose your faith, because your uncle almost did. But you know what? When you bounce back, that's a beautiful thing. You
Absolutely.
bounce back,
Yeah.
and this time, I promise God, I won't fail him again. I'm gonna do what I need to do, regardless of what people think or say about me, because at the end of the day, God judges me. No mankind can ever judge your uncle.
That's right.
Nobody. They can say what they want to say about me, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna continue to do what God ordered me to do, and I'm gonna continue to give back. Want you to also understand, giving back it cleanses your soul. It puts you in a place. It makes me happy. That's my happy place. When I help people, when I see the smile on these kids' face, and it just brings joy to my heart that God blesses me to do it. You know, I just talked to uh, Mr. Kennedy over at Craig my high school. We've got to help them do a lot of big things with those kids because a lot of people say they did what they're gonna do. They'll talk all day long. They like those Dallas Cowboys. They'll talk the talk, but ain't walk the walk. But guess what? We're gonna talk the talk and we're gonna walk the walk. And we need more to get involved. We need everybody to come together as one because we got too many of us that's going one way, and it's understandable. But at the end of the day, we could get so much done together as one.
Yeah.
We can get
Yes.
it done. We can get it done, but we're gonna need help. We're gonna need help, and we got to continue we got to continue on this journey. We can't give up. We can't give up. We got to stay focused. We got to stay focused on what God tells us to continue to do, irregardless of what people think or say about us. I want you to continue to live your dreams and don't give a hoot what people say about you. But guess what? God gonna continue to bless you. He gonna continue to bless
Yeah.
you, and He gonna put you in a place that you listen. He's already taking you to a place that you'll never imagine you ever was at. Right?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
A lot.
Yes.
So I'm telling you, I need your help. I'm gonna need your help, and I'm gonna need and anybody watching. If you know any millennials that's doing well for themselves, I got a gentleman that I'm gonna interview this week that's doing real well for himself. Mr. George, I don't know if you listen, Mr. George. I need you to come on and tell your story because we need to hear these stories. It inspires me to hear stories that you guys going through, and I'm 54. So I want to take this time and let you know that I thank you, Sarah. I love you for what you're doing, for the woman that you become, and your great parents and your family support behind you. But I want you to continue to share your blessings with others. Okay?
Absolutely.
Continue to
Yes.
share your blessings. Don't waver your faith, okay? And
I
if you
won't.
need anything, I'm always here for you. And like I said, reach out to others. If people can reach out to you, share some. People think if you tell them this and that, they'll get ahead of you. That's not what it's about.
Oh
It's
no.
about helping. It's about us. It's time for us minorities, African Americans, whatever you want to call us, to come together as one. Because we don't, we're gonna continue to go backwards. We're gonna continue to go backwards because everybody in it for themselves. But I'm gonna tell you something. I gonna judge you. But he judge you, he gonna want to know how much money you got in his bank. And I'm not talking about monetary. I'm not talking about the green. I'm talking about the blessings. How many folks have you helped along the way? How many folks have you helped to get up to where you are?
Right.
So show help, Sarah, and the rest of a lot of people that has been on this podcast that has really blessed a lot of us. So I want you to continue to do what you're doing,
I will.
and I want you to, yeah, I want you to close with some. I want you to close some with special. Everything you said has been special, but I want you to close out with some advice that you give a lot of us as who watch.
Some advice.
Give us some advice, please.
Let's see. I would say if I had to give, and this is okay, this is what I'm gonna say, which probably everybody has heard before, but I really think this is super important. That you have to make sure that um you love God, you love yourself, and you love others in that order, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're all of God. We are, and we're all connected. And a lot of people forget that and find any way to separate me from you. No matter how small, right? Race, age, gender, it's all the separation in the world when we're actually all connected on all of God, no matter how people want to fight it. So we keep denying each other and being hateful to one another. Then are you hating God too? Because we're all of God. So let's not get that confused. Secondly, when you love yourself, you care about you. And I'm not talking about, yeah, self-care is great, making sure, you know, physically you have material things. That's awesome. That's cool too. But I'm talking about your mindset, your mental, and how you feel. Are you happy just being you? Being comfortable in your own skin. I'm really learning that right now. Being comfortable who I am, no matter what I look like, no matter what I'm doing. In the design world, there's, in season of different colors and fashions and how things have to look. I honestly do not care about any of that. I want to make what I want to make. I'm the season. I'm the color. I'm the fashion. So that's what I've been given. And so I don't want to limit myself to the parameters of the physical world. I'm being ordered by my steps through the Most High, always from the beginning. And I have been blessed with the family that has taught me this, and to be the woman that I am, that I continue to grow. So really love yourself and care about how you feel. And also know that when you think negatively and have negative thoughts, you're adding more of the energy into the world that way. And so I try to be as careful as I can with my own thoughts, and I'm only hurting myself. You're only hurting yourself when you think that way. You're not hurting anybody else when you hold grudges and when you're upset and hateful and angry. It's not hurting the other person. It's only hurting you when you're making yourself sick for what. So please take care of yourself, love yourself and who you are. And please, along with that, really loving others. And I know it's a challenge for everybody to have that unconditional love. Unconditional love really means without conditions. No matter what you do, you say, what happens, I'ma love you anyway. That's the godly love. And it's hard for us humans to get to that level. And I want to strive to I'm aiming, manifesting to get to that level of no matter what anybody says or do to me, and I may not ever talk to you again, but I'm gonna still love you anyway. Okay, I'm still gonna wish you the best, pray for you anyway, because that's who I am. I don't care, I don't want to stoop to, and I as best as I can ever, never try to stoop to anybody's level. And because I don't want to become them, I don't want to lower my frequency. And that's also, most importantly, not who I've been created to be. That's not what I thrive in. So no matter if this person's not, if they're unreliable and I can't depend on them for anything, I'm gonna still come through for them. Not so much for them, but it's for me because that's who I am. So I think it's very important to love others as best as you can in unconditional fashion, and being that example, because you can talk all day, but to really be that example for others, so others can see it and be like, hey, yeah, I want to strive to be like that. Her energy, how she carries herself, her confidence, how she's so kind, and how she's so loving, or how he's so loving. That's that you want to be the example. So that's my advice. I'm gonna leave you with.
You know what? You know what? That's amazing, Sarah. I just first of all, I want to thank you because you know all of us go through a lot of things. It gets hard, but praying, praying, praying is powerful. Praying is powerful. And the love part, you say unconditional love. That's another thing. We hate on one another so much, which really that saddens me. I'm gonna say it, we as black people, we hate on each other more than any race in the world. We just hate instead of working together, loving one another. That's what that's what our youth are missing is the love. We need to love on these kids. That's
Yes.
why they don't have love. If we show them love, guess what? Love conquers all. It conquers a lot of things in
Yeah.
life. So what you said was a mouthful, Sarah, and I appreciate you saying it. And I just want to say, Lord, thank you, Jesus. I want to say thank you, Jesus, for today. Thank you for you. Thank you for everybody that's willing to understand that God, He has the last say so. He is the Alpha, He is the Omega. He is everything that you want if you trust. If you have faith and trust in Him, it is still in yourself. And I thank you so much. And we got to continue to move on that tangent to cure what we going on with our race. And then another point thing, Sarah, we got to get out and vote. This is a very important election. Whoever
Mhm.
you vote for, get out and vote. You know what? Get out and vote. This is very important election. We need to get out and vote and show that, hey, if we want to change, we're about to change. Like go out and
Mhm.
vote. One vote. So I did want to say that. I just want to thank you, Sarah, so much, and thank you for all that you're doing. And I'm gonna continue to pray for you. And
Thank you.
you got anything you want to show us? Have you got anything that you designed in the background?
So let me see. I have I won't show you any of my collection because that I mean
Okay.
you should come to the show on October 11th at
October.
7:30. Okay, Conway Fashion Week on Eventbrite. Let me grab yeah, let me grab this the latest outfit I wore at Alex's dinner.
Okay.
It's right here.
Okay. All right.
So I made this. Is if you if you on Facebook, you
Yeah.
see stuff. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is
Which
the
That's nice.
latest outfit. Yes, that I made here,
Beautiful.
palazzo
Beautiful.
pants and a bustier. So really cool, really creative. I had a lot of people ask me about these pants that want them ASAP. So yes, indeed.
So,
So
do you have a phone? What's your phone number? Your internet? Do you have a website?
I don't have a
Sure.
website yet. So I'm work since now that I'm back from my 8 year hiatus. I'm really rebranding and creating all my things. But you anybody can
Okay.
follow me on Instagram. It's Sunorah, Sunorah on Instagram. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's so rifically Sarah. So you'll be updated on all my designs and things that I'm working on as well. And stay tuned for more as I continue to grow on this journey and to just and to live and to be happy and to be joyful as I continue on. Uncle, I just want to say I'm so proud of you, Uncle Ricky, because OMG, the things that you've been doing and the passion that you have for the community, for people, for your business, for your family, it trust me, it hasn't gone unseen. And so just know that as your favorite niece, I'm his only niece. As his favorite niece, as your favorite niece, I am very proud to be a part of this process and in your life as well. And to know as well, you can call me for anything as well. I mean, maybe one day you need a suit for something, and
I
I
need it.
gotta,
Need it.
I got
So,
you. So yeah,
Sarah, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for tuning in for Business Talk with Cedric. And like I said, guys, you have anybody that you want to that I can showcase them, share their testimony. Uh, DM me, please. DM me, please, because we need to, and you need to share this, please. Share this because this was very powerful and inspiration for me. I got little tears in my eyes, so
oh,
because each other proud of you. I know your parents and family proud of you. We love you, Sarah. You continue to move forward. What God has planned for you, right? Keep him first, okay? Love you,
absolutely.
okay?
Love you
Right.
too.
Bye bye.
All right, bye.